Find a new way of taking down another country in order to save one country. You have to remember, a while ago I talked about it on this show, that it's the finance that is going on right now is not making any sense. See, there's a big problem when government are spending all their time on financial management and trying to figure out new creative ways of finding markets for their debt. At the moment, why we're seeing these two countries is because Spain required a bailout, 100 billion, 125 billion, 400 billion is probably what it actually needed in order to not let their banking system go bust. And they look at creative deals, and Spain, Italy comes along, and they're borrowing from the market at 7%, and then lending it at 3%, which is going to have a domino effect on Italy. And then once Italy comes along, we're going to find another country. Maybe we're going to look to the UK, who is in a worse situation, which is a bit of a joke how we've still got a credit rating right now. And we'll start looking at Portugal and Ireland and all sorts of other countries, because we're just doing creative things in order to try and sustain each other. And as Max Keiser talks about all the time, the churn of these products that pass in order to bail each other out leads to some nice healthy commissions to the financial sector. There's two major things which need to be tackled, and both of those are not being questioned, and both of those are not being tackled at the moment. The first major thing is that if we're using all this bailout money in order to prop up a broken banking system, we need to question where that money is actually going. And at the moment, that money is going on bankers' bonuses, it's going on speculation, it's going on shadow banking, it's going on pushing up property prices, and it goes on consumer debt. Now, all of those are inflationary and disastrous activities if you're trying to stimulate an economy which is populated by a nation of people which are just on the verge of bankruptcy each and every month. So what we need to do is figure out how we can get such money into productive use. So Max Keiser talked about the two economies, Japan and UK. I think the UK is a lot worse than Japan, because what Japan does pretty well is they make sure that money goes to productive use. It goes to business, it goes to job creation. In the UK, it's all about property markets, consumer debt. So the money needs to go into something that produces jobs, that produces growth. The small business sector is the best one. That's responsible for about 60% of employment in the UK. And the other thing that really needs to be looked at is removing our reliance upon the too big to fail banking system. And the big thing which is holding on, the reason that we're so reliant on banks, is simply because banks create almost all of our money when they issue loans. And that needs to really be addressed, and that's the big reform and the big elephant in the closet.